Hi everyone, it's me, Papa Hector here, and if you like my channel, please click subscribe. If you like this video, go ahead and click like. This video is on prices of spiritual work. So back in the olden days, my grandparents, everyone I knew around me used to have a saying, and that saying was "Lo barato sale caro." What it means is cheap comes out expensive. A lot of people want to go ahead and get real powerful results with their spiritual work and really change their lives, but they want to be cheap about it and they want to spend as little as possible. But cheap comes out expensive. And oftentimes when you go ahead and you go to these $25 spiritual workers, these people that do supposed spiritual work for such little cheap pieces of money, you end up making a whole mess out of your situation. And then when you go to someone who's actually qualified to do the spiritual work, it's going to come out more expensive to clean that situation up and to be able to fix it so that your situation can be workable and can get you the results that you desire. Cheap comes out expensive. A lot of times you end up spending more money going through 5, 10, 20, 30 different people all trying to achieve the same result that you could have paid one good spiritual worker to go ahead and do. Real spiritual work is expensive. Real spiritual work works. Real spiritual work is done by a highly experienced, trained professional, and that is the equivalent of a doctor going to school. And so it's expensive. You're paying for time, effort, energy, and experience, knowledge, and the power that that spiritual worker has developed and has manifested to be able to pull through and help you with your situation. Not all spiritual workers are created equal. Not all spiritual workers are created equal by any means. The amount of power and force that a person can channel through themselves, can come through them in order to achieve a result for you, is very different from person to person to person. Secondly, what materials that the person uses is insignificant. Meaning, I know spiritual workers, and I myself can do this, but I know spiritual workers that can do amazing things simply lighting a simple candle for you, right? Because it's not about what they're using, it's about the spiritual worker and what power they can pull through to create in your life, okay? And they charge lots of money, thousands of dollars to light that candle. Why? Because it works. That which works is expensive, it's not cheap. And I know everyone's out looking for a deal, trying to get the best prices on things, and I totally understand that. I totally get that, and I totally understand that. But when it comes to your life and your spirit and spiritual things, you don't want to go around trying to bargain hunt, and because you will mess up your life and you will end up getting the bargain that you hunted for, just not exactly how you what you expected. Okay. Another common thing, and I recall a story of a client of mine who's in this current situation right now because of this. All right. People want spiritual work that's convenient. Spiritual work is work. Work is not always convenient, and spiritual work is not convenient. A lot of times for you to go to a highly trained, experienced practitioner, it's going to take for you to travel. It's going to take effort on your part. It's going to take sacrifice on your part aside from finances. Sometimes it's going to take travel. It's going to take time. You're going to have to go somewhere. You're going to have to do things, okay? Because to give you an example is I had someone who was a client of mine, and they couldn't understand that all spiritual workers are not created equal. And so they got great results from me, but later on they wanted to go ahead and develop themselves on the spiritual path and had other problems. And they had found a spiritual worker that was conveniently located only an hour away. Mind you, I'm across the country from this person. So to get to me, they would have to take a plane, and they worked with me a long time. So they've, back in the days, we didn't have all this internet connection. And so what they decided was, a worker is a worker is a worker. And they went to this other spiritual worker. And when they went, that person charged them a nice sum of money and, in essence, effed up their life, messed up their entire life. They went through the process with that person, and everything started to crumble and fall away. And that person was nowhere to be found to help them or to assist them. They left them in the lurch. Okay? And that's when they figured out that not all spiritual workers are the same, nor can we produce the same results, nor is convenience better. They went to that person because they were closer to them and they were more convenient for them to get to, thinking that that would somehow make a difference. It did make a difference. The difference was that everything crumbled and fell around them, and they were left in the lurch without anyone to help them. And then back here they had to come for me to go ahead and clean them up. And it was really expensive to have to clean all this mess that the spiritual worker had left behind, as well as be able to help this individual to fix everything and rebuild all that was crumbled. They were left penniless, broke, without a job, they ended up losing their job, being evicted. It was just a hotmess.com. Okay, so convenience to get to a real spiritual worker, a lot of times it's not going to be convenient. And if you're looking for convenience, then really you're not looking for results. If you're looking for cheap, then you're not looking for results. Because real spiritual workers who can provide real results are not going to be cheap, and it's not always going to be convenient. Okay? If you're looking for results, then that you're going to go to the top of the top and the best of the best. Okay, I've been doing my spiritual work since 1989. That's a long time collecting power, developing, experiencing, and learning these things, truly integrating them. Most people have not done that amount of spiritual work, okay? And they may be cheaper, they may be more convenient, but you're going to get, in essence, what you pay for. Like all things, you get what you pay for, okay? And no one, you don't really ever get any real value out of things that are free. You never get any real progress out of most things that are free. But that's what most people are looking for, and then they get no real results. And that's why they get no real results. Okay, because cheap comes out expensive, and just like a top-notch, the top-notch attorney in the country, the top-notch doctor in the country who's gone through extensive training, has dedicated their life to their work, has dedicated all of their energy, has tons of knowledge and experience, okay? You're going to pay that person top-notch dollar for their help. And what are you going to get? You're going to get a top-notch result from them, okay? You can't go and buy yourself a broke-down hoopty, a broke-down $200 piece of car from Bob's Used Auto Outlet and expect that you're going to have the experience and live the life of someone who's driving in a Maserati, okay? So you have to, go get the Maserati. Does it cost more? Yes. Is it going to give you a different experience? Yes. You're not going to get the same result, from some Joe Blow who took just a few years, like the minimum in medical school, to a top-notch doctor, okay, who really studied and dedicated their whole life. You're not going to get it. And it is unwise to think that it would be anything different in spiritual work. Spiritual work is really, really serious, and mistakes in it will ripple out and affect the rest of your life. And some mistakes take years and years to clean up. Some mistakes can never be cleaned up. Some mistakes you simply have to live with. And it's the same as life. Some things you do, you can clean up. Some things you mess up and make a mistake with, there's no cleaning it up ever again in life. And you just have to live with that. So I hope this helps you from falling into a very common trap, which is being cheap, bargaining, and looking for convenience rather than results. And until next time, keep the faith. If you like the channel, click subscribe. If you like the video, click like, and I'll see you soon. God bless.